Hi guys, Piotr here. This is another educational video. We are going to make very short, sweet intro to possible supply, possible demand zones. So hopefully that's something you're going to like, right? Brief description of what to look for, how to recognize, right? And then within the next videos we are going to go deeper and deeper, so finally hopefully you are going to be the master of possible supply, possible demand zones. So without a further delay, let's jump straight into the whiteboard. All right, so ladies, gents, what is important, right, to recognize on the chart the things we are going to discuss right here, right now. Now, because it's an intro, right? I'm going to show you the things which are very important, but then we have to take into the consideration where we are from the higher time frame perspective, what we have when we are looking to the charts on the left side, etc, etc, etc. So let's start with Riley base drop. So we have some kind of the consolidation. Market decided to go higher, right? Then we have another way of consolidation, okay? And then market decided to boom, make it that way, cleaning, right, that demand. All right, so what we have here, right, we have Riley base drop, right? And with that we don't have to do anything, right? What we have to do with this, to have a possibility to recognize on the chart, right? We have to have the possibility to recognize this on the chart. Now, the important thing with the basic approach, theoretically we should get back into that supply because we took out the latest demand, right? So the drop was bigger than what we've seen as a Riley. We took out this demand. So then the move back here, right, is gonna be important. That's what we have to look for when the market will get back into what looks like possible supply. All right, now the important thing is the way how we are going to get back here. Either is going to be straight line to the upside, or it's gonna to be like with the consumption, right? So every time we're going to make higher move, we are going to get back and consume some previous important levels, and again and again, and finally hit the supply. And theoretically we should move lower and retest that low, and that's gonna be as a first possible target. Right, so that's the Riley base drop. So first phase we have to recognize, then we are watching what is going on. So let's have a look what we have when it comes to the drop base Riley. Base Riley. It's like it's going to be opposite to what we discussed second ago, right? Meaning that we are going to have some kind of the consolidation, all right? We are going to move lower from here. We are going to have another phase of consolidation, all right? And we are going to see the rally. What is important from here is the way of that rally, right? We want to see market is taking out that supply, all right? And in both cases, the previous one and here, in the previous case, we took out the demand. Here we are taking out supply, all right? Both cases, those taken demand and supply are gonna be very important in the future when we are going to dive deeper into that supply zones, all right? So then, in that case, we have to have a possibility to recognize this stuff, right? Of course, again, very important is going to be if it's in line with what we have on a higher time frame, if it's in line with what we have to the left side on the chart. But today is an intro. We are discussing the basic stuff. We are that's the some kind of the intro, but you know, we were discussing this plenty of times, right? So it's like the summary of the intro, let's call it that way, all right? So then it's gonna be important how the market is going to get back to what should work as a possible demand, right? So either it's going to be like straight line, and then you have to think twice if you want to trade this type of the approach, or if it's going to be like before, right, with the consumption, lower pullback, lower pullback, lower, and finally let's go straight from here at least towards the previous high. Okay, so that's quite important here. There are two more, and we are going to make them at once, right? It's a rally, base, rally, and drop, base, drop, right? They're gonna be very they will look very similar on the chart. Probably you know what I'm talking about. So we are going to make it as a one, all right? I'm sorry, guys. And like this. So we have either rally, based rally, or drop, base, drop, right? So that's what we have to recognize on the chart, and in case we are talking about the rally, base rally, the important thing is, compared to the breakout traders, we are not taking the break out of that base, right? We wanna see how the market will get back into that base, right? Either if it's going to be the straight move back to that base, or again, we wanna see slow move, and then the natural reaction should be retest of that high as a first target. Of course, it's not only how it looks on a higher time frame, it's not only what we have to the left side, right? Not each visible possible supply or possible demand is going to be tradable. Also, it's going to be important from the risk reward perspective, right? So plenty of things have to be considered. Also, it depends what kind of the trader personally you are. there are going to be the possibility to have the aggressive approach as well as very conservative approach, and those things we were discussing plenty of times, right? But I decided to make this type of the summary, all right, for you. So that's the first part of the summary is done. Summary of intro. So hopefully you will enjoy. Guys, take care and goodbye.